Good morning. Let us discuss today's newspaper. Facing backlash, the government of India have taken back temporarily the implementation of orange passports. Government told only after comprehensive discussions, orange passports issue will be taken up again. As you all know, government recently have decided to issue orange color passports for ECR travelers, immigration check required travelers, and those who have not passed matriculation exam. So temporarily now the orange passport issue have taken a setback. Second important thing today is Yashwant Sinha, the former minister, have launched front attack on government. He said democracy and democratic institutions are at threat. He said democracy and democratic institutions are at threat. Supreme Court of India, Chief Justice of India told that there should be, he recommended impeachment proceedings in favor of one Allahabad High Court judge called Narayan Shukla. Chief Justice of India recommended impeachment proceedings against Sri Narayan Shukla, Allahabad High Court judge. An important thing, because no judge till date got impeached. No judge till date got impeached. Only on two judges till date impeachment proceedings started. Only on two judges. One is Justice Ramaswamy, second is Justice Soumitra Sen. But in between the proceedings they resigned. So this time Justice Narayan Shukla's impeachment might start because Chief Justice of India, Deepak Misra, have recommended for it. Next important article today is about economic survey. Hindu paper gave two important articles on economic survey. Let us discuss gist of the two articles. Government introduced two important tax reforms. Government introduced two important reforms. One is GST, second is demonetization. With these two reforms, there is a lot of formalization and lot of taxpayers, indirect taxes and direct taxes, taxpayers increased. In India, earlier 59 million used to file their income tax returns. Now 10.1 million people, more than 10 million people got added for filing of income tax returns. Earlier 2% of tax collection, 2% of GDP is tax collection. Now it is 2.3%. And today 4% of adults are paying income tax. According to the government estimate, it should be around 23%. It should be around 23%. Though tax collection have not substantially increased, most of them are filing returns around 2.5 lakh threshold. In future, tax collection might increase. The good news is with the GST and demonetization, most of the Indian sectors are going with formalization. Most of the Indian sectors are going with formalization. There has been a large increase in registered direct and indirect taxpayers. There has been a large increase in registered direct and indirect taxpayers. Our economic survey tells. So direct taxpayers and indirect taxpayers, there was a wider base now, large increase. And second thing, formal non-agricultural payroll is more than we expected. Non-agricultural payroll, formal non-agricultural payroll is more than we expected. And the third point is states, the individual states in India, their prosperity is linked with their international trade and interstate trade. It is very important. Generally, if the state have less trade internationally, if the states in India are interstate trade, between one state to other state, if they have less, the states are less prosper. If they have more interstate trade and international trade, the states will become more prosperous. That is the observation of our economic survey. And India's firm export structure. India's firm export structure is substantially more egalitarian. India's firm export structure is substantially more egalitarian. India's export structure is substantially more better than many countries. Our export regime, our export issues, our export taxes, subsidies, they are more better than most of the, more egalitarian than the most of the countries, large countries. Next, the clothing incentives. The government of India gave many incentives to manufacturing, textile manufacturing sector. It worked well and improved the textile manufacturing boostings. And now textile exports got boosted because of government support to clothing sector. Textile exports got increased because of government support to textile sector. And Indian society has an obsession with the sun. Meta preference. The economic survey used the word meta preference. Indian society have an obsession for sun. And you all know we have female sex ratio 940 is to 1000. Females are 940 for 1000 males. Adult sex ratio. Whereas if you see child sex ratio, females are only, girl child is only 914 out of 1000 male children. This is a serious cause of concern and serious issue to address. Next important thing the economic survey spoke is, if you have better regimes, better structures, we can avoid many tax litigations. We can avoid many tax litigations. Government can make it more transparent, more better and more structured. Then we can avoid many tax litigations. This is also the thing told. And to reignite growth, it is better to depend more on investments than more on savings. So we can increase savings at the same time. To increase growth, to reignite growth, we need more investments. Generally, we focus on savings. More than savings, the present society needs more investments. And tax collections by the states and local governments are significantly lower than in India. The tax collections by the Indian states and local governments is significantly lower if you compare with other countries. So tax collections within the states, tax collections in the local governments should also be increased. Apart from that, you have climate change and the weather adverse effects. This is very important. Agriculture is dependent on monsoons, and climate change might affect agriculture. Climate change and agriculture sector is a cause of concern not only for us, and our economic survey also discussed about this. These are the 10 important points discussed in the economic survey. These are the 10 important points discussed in the economic survey with respect to first chapter with respect to Indian economy. Apart from that, in Hindu paper today, you have two important articles. One is the Taliban and IS threat in Afghanistan. IS have attacked British Children's Charity, and it created a lot of damage in that. And Taliban Intercontinental Hotel. All these things, if you see, Afghanistan is not immune from terrorism. More and more terror attacks have increased in Afghanistan. This is a cause of concern not only for Afghanistan, for most of the countries in the world. Apart from that, we have one more article on India-ASEAN relations. As Thailand Prime Minister told, we should increase moral connectivity, people-to-people connectivity, moral connectivity. We have signed Delhi Declaration, strategic relationship. India and ASEAN, India and Asian countries have to have much more better relationship in economic terms, because we have only $76 billion trade. Whereas China have $1 million trade. We should increase that trade. We should increase strategic partnership. We should increase maritime security. We should increase people-to-people contact. We should increase civilizational and historical ties. Only with better friendship with ASEAN, India can diversify its markets. India can counter China. India can counter American hegemony in world politics. And India can become a regional power only when it have better friendship with ASEAN. And apart from that, we have an interview with our Chief Economic Advisor, Arvind Subramanian. The interview is also equally important. You can read the interview. These are the important current affairs today. Thank you very much.